Here's hoping this records okay, because I'm doing a backup at the moment, so I can't use Fraps. Not that I use Fraps for this anyway, but still. Hey guys, this is GamerCow. We are playing the not Toho anything, because this ain't Toho. What does this look like Toho to you? No, it's Pokemon THD2, of course. And we have more mail to read, because we need to know about Brutus's deck, naturally enough. So, Brutus has a thing that makes no resistance on fighting type, attacks, which is pretty painful because, yeah. Usually a good way of dealing with fighting types is to run fighting resistant stuff, and a lot of stage 2s are resistant to fighting, but not so when you are dealing with this guy, because resistance is futile. Yes, I went there, so what? As for the deck I'm going to be using just now, this is a modified Rage deck, obviously, because last time, as cool as it was, I kind of want to use a slightly different thing. You know, I need to use Fighting Energy because one of those two trainers is going to say Fighting Energy only. It's fairly obvious by now because that's how this game goes. And, well, I got the second Cypher, so we put that in. Machamp is still the strongest fighting type I can go with, and because you know they're going to use fighting resistances and whatnot, that's kind of important. Speaking of fighting resistances, I'm going with Dark Firo over here, because I want to show it off, and it's not a terrible card when you don't have too many energies around, so yeah, I want to use it, so that's that. Otherwise, there are no energy removal in this deck. We will see why later, if it's not already obvious. But yeah, I have to not have energy removal around. So instead I've got Super Potion and something. I think I put the I put another energy in instead, because 19 energy for a deck that's only got fighting energy seems a little bit better. So yes, leader, we know, yeah. He's waiting, we know. So we have to go and find his people, and you can see there's a downstairs to this place too, and downstairs there's a box. Yeah, this is a very large area, a very large dome compared to the rest of them, so it actually has chests. And that chest has a fighting energy. It's completely and utterly useless, but it has one anyway. So there you go. Nothing else in that room. So, let's go through a door, and we find that we are in some sort of maze-like structure. There's a box. Too bad! There's a hole in the floor, and that is how it works. Yeah. So the idea behind this place, after moving my headset there, the idea behind this place is that there are lots of different ways that you can go, and there's boxes which you want to open, but to be able to open them, you have to find a safe route to them. Like that. And then inside them you can get some booster packs, you can get some other stuff. It's pretty good. Hey, there's an idea for a card to run. Oh, the Rocket's Trap. It's a coin toss card. It's the only card from Gym Challenge, or either of the Gym series, but Gym Challenge in particular. It's the only one to make it into this game, and it relies on a coin toss. However, if you get this thing to flip heads, oh my goodness, it just destroys the opposition's hands so badly. Absolutely terrible card to play against if the opponent's got any sort of luck on them. I probably won't use it just because I don't really have any sort of luck, but it's a dangerous card, so do not underestimate that. That plus Imposter Oak's Revenge is terrifically bad to play against. Anyway, we've already found the first of the people, so yep, continue to come. We are playing against Grace, obviously. All energy must be fighting type, as we expected. So, let's see how Grace fights. She fights with full force, apparently. That's not very good for me, but that's something we just have to work around. I've got Spearow to start my hand set off. That's not terrible because Spearow is a fairly okay card to start with. And I'm still using the Alakazam coin. I really should have changed that, but oh well. God, she's got Cypher to start with. That is not good. And she also gets Start Machamp out. That is not particularly good either. Yuck. But at least she's not attaching to the Cypher. That would make this a lot more dangerous. Bill, please give me someone I can use. you're nothing I can use particularly well, so I'm just gonna have to peck away at this thing. Unfortunately, I don't get weakness because that's not how the TCD works, but too bad. She really wants that Machop built up, huh? Well, it's too bad that Machop is not going to do any damage to my Spearow at least, and yay, trader! So I can trade for Dark Spearow, which would be pretty good right about now, actually. Because thinking on it, she doesn't have anything that can possibly damage my active Fearow. Yeah, this is not a bad situation. The problem is Dark Fearow can only attack once every 2 turns because Drill Drive will stop you attacking or retreating afterwards. But if you use Fly High first, you will do 80 damage in 3 turns, and that is pretty strong, to say the least. Hey, Cypher, cool, I can start building you up too. And I have switches, I have 3 switches still in the deck so that I can easily swap between Pokemon even if I'm using Dark Fearow, so that's fine. Yep, Drill Drive does the 80 damage, which is a guaranteed KO, that's pretty good. The Machop will not be able to damage me through the fighting resistance, so yeah, she also uses Dark Fearow, and Onix for some reason. I have no idea why she uses Onix, but it doesn't really matter too much because Onix is not going to scare me in the slightest. Professor Oak, she must not have many cards left in hand then. Because yeah, she ditched the Fearow back into the deck, so that's okay, but she did have a Dark Machamp, so she has discarded that, which is a bit awkward. Not quite sure why she'd discard that, but okay. Because, yeah, she has that now. If I press select and see what she discarded, she did indeed discard Dark Machamp and Dark Machop. And a Cypher. Wow. Okay, that's a lot of cards to discard. You know, a lot of useful cards to discard. So I don't quite understand why she did that. That seems a bit... wow, all of my draw cards are out of the deck now except Professor Oak's, and I don't really need Professor Oak in this game, so what I'm going to do, because Cypher has got 0 retreat, I'm going to switch out to Cypher, go back out to Dark Fearow, use the plus power that I have in my hand, and Drill Drive 450 so I can just get the knockout on this thing quickly. It's a neat little tactic when you're using a lot of cards with no retreat cost, is that with switches and stuff like that, you can easily bring out things which normally wouldn't be able to damage anything and just go to town with it all. You're weird, girl, seriously. I don't understand what on earth your game plan is right here, but it clearly ain't working. I'll tell you that right now. So I have all sorts of computer searching and lots of good stuff here. I've got switches out of the Wazoo. There is absolutely no reason for me not to just keep on doing the same thing which has been working the entire time so far and just Drill Drive for knockouts. Dark Fearow pretty damn strong, if I do say so myself. Then this Machop is not going to be much of an issue either because it can't damage me and Dark Machop takes 3 energy anyway. Let's computer search and see if I can poke for another plus power, because I have 3 in the deck. Yes, there we go. I have 3 in the deck at this point, so switch back out, Cypher, retreat back out to Dark Fearow. See, Dark Fearow can be pretty strong if you've got it set right. So yeah, Drill Drive for knockouts. How about that? And that is how you defeat Grace. Heck yeah. So, with Grace defeated, we get Team Rocket's Ambition. Yeah, she is a fairly difficult opponent because of her condition to fight, so that's why we get those. We also get Dark Weezing, which is very, very strange. You would have to have a lot of defenders in one turn in order to make this not kill yourself, but I guess it can do a fair amount of damage for only 2 energy, only one of which having to be specific. But the fact of it kills kind of all of your Weezing too. It would be nice if the opponent played it as well, but then you're relying on the opponent to play a crap card, so don't bother. For free energy though, it can do a decent status condition thing, but the fact of it is it's only got 60 HP, no, it's only 1 retreat cost, so it's still quite cheap. But it's got only 60 HP, and 3 specific energy to do 20 damage is not very good. And we get the last pack set as well, which is called Flight, obviously, as you can see. It was actually called something different in my previous translation. I can't remember what it was called now, but something beginning with A, I think. It wasn't Aerial, but we get ourselves this weird looking Kadabra here. It's a funky Kadabra, to say the least. It has that Alakazam's Psy-Panic attack from before, and hopefully the noise outside is not too loud, it's not getting picked up too much. I realise my my window doesn't shut properly right now, so it's kind of a little bit iffy. But anyway, it has basically an agility attack as well, so it can be very annoying. It's expensive as all hell, and it's got 3 retreat costs like the other Kadabra, and it's got 60 HP like the other Kadabra. It's iffy, but it does do more damage for less energy, because it actually has a 2 energy attack, but then it takes more energy to do other stuff. It's not that good, to be completely honest. I think I've shown off this Magmar before, because it's got the fire move. Yeah, I've shown that off before. This is where we get that Ponyta, however, so that's pretty good. One more thing. Card in his chest. Okay. It suits you, whatever. Cool. So, the chest has Dugtrio, level 40. This is a special Dugtrio, which we may have seen earlier in the game, I forget. Basically, it can't get hurt whilst it's on the bench, so no sniping the Dugtrio, it's quite nice. And Earth Wave doesn't do very much direct damage, but it does 10 snipe to 2 opponents, so that's quite good as well. It's a bit expensive considering it's still got a 2 retreat cost, so yeah, but it's more HP than the normal one. I don't know, it really depends on your style. I have never used it myself, but I can understand it being quite useful if you use it correctly. Anyway, let's go up and continue going up, because there's a box over here, and inside this box is a Premier Pack, because this one wasn't too difficult to find. And in that is a second Machamp. Huh. That's an interesting proposition, because I do quite like this Machamp over the other one, but I think I'll stick with the other one in the deck at the moment. Actually, on the subject of the deck, because I no longer have to use only fighting energy, let's switch out 3 of those and do what I did before, which is have 2 double colourless and 1 potion energy in there too. Because I'm using several cards that take only colourless energy, Dark Fearow, Cypher, that sort of thing, it's a good idea to have that as well. So anyway, let's see where else we can go. We could go down, but I want to see what's over here. Can I get across this? Yes, I can. Just because it looks cracked does not mean that it technically is. Sooner or later, I'm going to come across some sort of gap though. And there is the other trainer dude. So let's fight him just now, sure, because he has Mitch there too. Tis I, Tony. Haha. Pointless fighting with cards, yep. However, no energy removals. That's the problem. We cannot use any energy removing in this deck. Stuck using weak moves are doing nothing at all. Well, that's the point, isn't it? Okay, so yeah, we will get to free Mitch if we survive this fight. This dude is weird. He uses Rock Blast. That's weird. I don't know. Again, it's a fighting deck thing. He doesn't have the whole fighting resistance because you have to use fighting though, because that's not what he's like. Instead, he seems to use a lot more of energy planting stuff, and I really don't like this starting hand. I guess it's sort of okay, but having 2 Machoke and Professor Oak is not good. Really not good, because then... Well, Diglett's gonna be annoying as well though, that's the problem. Hi, you took damage on yourself, sucks to be you. Yeah, Diglett's gonna be annoying because it's gonna attack Machop from the bench, and I can't really do very much about that, except when I get a fighting energy, and because of that, yeah, we're gonna do this. Because he hit himself with Digger, low kick with plus power for a donk on that Diglett, and that wins the game. Wow, this is proving to be quite a common occurrence by now, isn't it? That we seem to be getting donks on guys at this point. Yes, you were indeed beaten, and he also gives Team Rocket ambition, so he's supposed to be quite difficult too. Dark Slover, we got enough of them already. I think I've shown this Kangaskhan off before from one of the opponents, but it's a Haxascan, really. That's what you should call it. Because this attack, you need 2 heads in order for it to work, but 80 for 3 colours. The number of times I've been screwed over by this attack, just doing 80 damage every single friggin' turn, it's so annoying. Oh well. And he also gives us an Assault Pack, which again was called something else before. I think it was Psychic Blast, I think it was called in the other translation I had. This Mewtwo, don't know if I've shown it off before. If I haven't, it's total crap anyway, so discard all energy and heal everything from Mewtwo. That's okay, I suppose, but it takes 3 energy to do 30 damage and potentially discarding an energy. 80 HP does not warrant that, especially when it's got 3 retreat as well. It's such a terrible card. Really, just so bad. There's no usefulness in that card whatsoever. There are so many better Mewtwo as well that it just makes no sense. Yeah, Void and Capture, blah blah blah. We get ourselves a cool Porygon because other Porygon are not cool. This is the only cool Porygon in the existence of the universe. Takes 3 energy to do anything, but it basically Texture Magic combines Conversion 1 and Conversion 2 from the other Porygons. So it changes its own resistance and it changes the opponent's weakness. Thing is, you can never change Porygon's type, so that's still sort of useless, really. 3D attack is quite damaging considering it's off of a basic, but it does take 3 energy. It's only got 50 HP. It's just too expensive, really. But it's cool, nonetheless. Yeah, prefer to stay, blah blah blah. Yeah, we can take booster packs back as well, so arrangement that must be honoured, blah blah blah. Yep, 5th edition packs. Yeah, that's the final series. So yeah. Yeah, of course we are. Do what you like. Yeah, but because we kind of beat him in a single turn, we are going to fight him again, as I usually do with these things, because I want to show off his deck a little bit better than what he did. Because that was friggin' terrible, seriously. No basics, whatever. Let's just not speed up stuff, because I forget what button I've got on speed up now. Don't really care. No, really? Okay, now we've got to speed it up, because seriously, that's just obnoxious. But I do have a Cypher to start, which is, again, quite good when I have stuff. I will change my coin soon, I promise. It's not going to... Really, dude? Really? You're seriously telling me that you're going to do this to me again? If he doesn't get another Pokemon, I'm not redoing this fight again. If he doesn't get something else to work with, I'm not... No, fuck it, I ain't doing it again if he doesn't have something else by the end of next turn. Because it's just so pointless by then. Like, really? He honestly doesn't have anything else. I am fucking speechless, as you can tell by now, but what? Oh, that's just... Well, no, I'm not fighting him again at this point. I don't even remember what he has in his deck. He might use that weird golem that we got before, but I am not fighting him for a 3rd time trying to get this to show up. No, that's just bull. Seriously, if that's all he's going to be able to do with his pathetic little deck of his, then sucks to be him. I ain't going to show him off any further than that. Sorry if that disappoints people, but that's how it goes. That's what the game has decided, and we get ourselves a Dark Ninetales. Eat it, Pika. Okay, so Dark Ninetales. The opponent gets to flip a coin if you use the first attack, and if it flips tails, then it's a drop-off. Good old Yu-Gi-Oh reference, obviously. And Ninetail Whip is just like Ninetales or something on the previous thing which I had translated of this. It's a 9 coin toss flip thing. 10 damage per head, as you can see. Only 60 HP, but no retreat cost, which is different from every other Ninetales. Every other one's got a single retreat cost. So, fragile, luck-based, yeah, but potentially kind of okay, to be honest. Have I shown off Dark Haunter before? I can't remember if I have, but if I haven't, it's quite damaging, actually, especially for a Haunter. 30 damage plus the chance of getting rid of one of their cards in hand, one of their trainers. It's nasty. But then again, you can't do any damage with Dark Gengar, so it makes up for it, right? And what do we get in the other Assault Pack? We get ourselves a Clefairy! Yay! Clefairies! Clefairies are awesome. It's expensive as all hell, but that doesn't make it any less awesome, seriously. Anything else that's useful? No, not really. I think I've shown this one off before. It's just too bad there's not a good Cloyster to use this with. Seriously, it has as much HP as the only Cloyster of the game. That was not a memorable battle. You're a loser, dude. Seriously. But anyway, there is a little bit more to show off in this place yet, because there are a couple of chests. I know there's at least one chest which is still in the place. I'm trying to remember where it is at this point. Not there, apparently. Is it down here? I don't remember. There it is. And Fate Trap. Yeah, so we need to work out how we're supposed to get them, because that would be very nice right about now. That's not where it was. Okay, where it was then is not there either, because again, Fate Trap, obviously. Yeah, we gotta work out how to go about solving the puzzles of the place here. It's fairly easy to reach the guys, you just have to go on the edges and there's no issue with that. It's more trying to find your way towards the good stuffs that is harder because of stuff like that. You know, there's traps all over the place to stop you getting the boxes, and I really do want the last, but I'm thinking there might only be one box left, but I really do want it because, no, there is one here too. This has a present pack, so this could have any card of the booster packs in the game, and it decides to have this crappy Haunter, which I think we may have gotten already before, but if not, flips ahead and gets Confusion, maybe, and it's okay. Grudge is quite nice if the opponent's taken a lot of prizes, but by then it's too weak anyway. 60 HP, no, 1 retreat cost. It's a terrible card. It should never really be played. This Vulpix though, this Vulpix would look cuter if it actually had a bit more definition than the 8-bit thing, but oh well. You can switch the opponent and then do damage to the new Pokemon, which is quite nice. Again, it's expensive, but then again, that's what all Vulpix are like in this game, which is a shame. But oh well. Present pack is always useful. So now I've got to work out how to get to this box. This was the box I was trying to reach, and that's because it has the Team Rocket pack. There is one more thing that I can get from this place then, because I haven't got the card I want yet. Anyway, Dark Dog Trio, I think we've already got a couple of those, so I probably wouldn't use 3, but it's still a nice card. Well, maybe I would actually, because I believe this ability does stack. Yeah, there's nothing in the card description saying that it doesn't stack, so you could put 2 of these down on the bench at once and the opponent's going to have a very hard time retreating without taking a lot of damage. If you have 3 of them out then, Jesus Christ, if they try and retreat, they're dead. So it's a potent card, that's for sure. You've just got to have deck space for it, and bench space as well. There is something else I want in this place. There is one last card, which I know is available, I just don't know where. I'm pretty sure that's a hole, so there's no point going there. But that is as well, right? So maybe this isn't. Yeah, no, it's the hole is right there instead. Okay, that makes sense. So, where is this elusive final box thing? Pretty sure there's a hole there, so I ain't gonna go that way around. I want to go this way, and there's gonna be a hole here instead. Of course, I predicted that, but didn't do any actions on it. Because that would be weird, doing actions on a thing like that, I don't know. What to do then? What to do? I know there has to be something else around here. There's a hole in the floor, of course. I know there's another box, because I know there's a promotional card that we haven't got yet. It's that Diglett that we saw before. We haven't got that yet, and I know it's in here. So, where is it? It's clearly not down this way, because that's where Grace is. Yeah, because you see, Grace had the dog trio. So, the Diglett has to be around somewhere. I just don't know where. Is it up here? Maybe. That's a prospect we might want to look into. It's right there! Is there any holes, I think? No, there isn't. Yeah, this is what I was after. We saw this Diglett earlier in the game. I think Ryan used this one, actually. It's the highest HP of any Diglett of this game, but it's the only Diglett that's got a retreat cost, which instantly stops me using it, because the main draw with Diglett is that it has no retreat cost. But, if you need a more survivable Diglett and that can still do respectable damage, then by all means go ahead and use it. It's cheaper than the original one, although it does have that chance effect of it. And yep, there's a hole there. Pretty sure there's a hole on the other side I didn't explore as well. Anyway, I'm going to save fighting you until next time, when I hopefully remember to switch coins as well. So, this has been GamerCow playing Pokémon THD2, and next time we're going to fight off Brutus over here, who ignores fighting resistance, meaning I'm likely to have to change my deck around again. Fun times, fun times.